Okay, so get this picture in your head. You're 107 years old, and you're still out there setting track and field records.
Wow.
It's wild, right? That's Julia Hawkins, the one and only Hurricane
It's
Hawkins.
truly an inspiration.
Absolutely. And we're going to dive into a YouTube video about her today, specifically focusing on her diet and lifestyle.
Interesting.
See if we can glean any insights into her remarkable longevity.
I'm all ears.
Right. Like, what's the secret sauce?
Exactly. You can't help but wonder what contributes to her vitality at such an age.
So let's unpack this thing.
Okay.
One thing that pops out right away is her diet, primarily plant-based.
Okay.
Lots of fruits, vegetables, beans, lentils, things like that.
Mhm.
And she steers clear of red meat.
Interesting.
Seems to really believe that this way of eating is a big part of her health and energy.
You know what's fascinating is that this isn't just some kind of personal belief. There's actually quite a bit of scientific research backing up this idea that a plant-based diet can actually help you live longer. Yeah, studies from some pretty reputable places like the University of Oregon, Cornell, Harvard, they all suggest that it could add up to a decade to your life.
10 years. Wow, that's significant. So what is it about plant-based eating that makes such a difference?
Well, a few things. Plant-based diets tend to be lower in saturated fat and cholesterol.
Mhm.
Both of those are linked to heart disease. They're also usually higher in fiber, which is great for digestion.
Right.
Can help regulate blood sugar. And then there's the antioxidants, which protect our cells from damage.
So it's not just about what you're not eating,
Right.
but also all the good stuff you're putting into your body.
Exactly. And the research suggests that the ideal mix for longevity includes things like legumes, whole grains, nuts, and of course, plenty of veggies and fruit.
And here's where it gets even more interesting, because this lines up almost perfectly with what Julia actually eats. From the video we see, she's big on bananas, yogurt, vegetable soups, salads. Really nice variety in her diet.
Yeah, and that variety is key. Make sure she's getting all sorts of different nutrients, which is crucial for overall health.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, let's zero in on some of those foods she mentioned,
Yeah.
starting with bananas.
Okay.
Seems particularly fond of those. And, it makes sense given all the potassium they pack.
Oh, absolutely. Potassium is vital for maintaining healthy blood pressure and heart function, especially important for athletes like Julia.
Right.
Plus, the fiber in bananas helps with digestion, and get this, they even contain magnesium, potassium, and tryptophan, all of which can actually contribute to better sleep.
So not only are bananas a great source of energy, they can help you wind down afterwards, too.
Exactly. Nature's all-in-one package for staying active.
I like that. Now, Julia also mentioned yogurt as a regular part of her diet. What are the big benefits there?
Yogurt is a nutritional powerhouse. I mean, it's packed with protein, calcium, vitamins,
Wow.
all essential for strong bones and teeth. But one of the most interesting things about yogurt is its probiotic content.
Okay, probiotics, good for the gut.
Right.
But what are they exactly?
You're right. Probiotics are associated with gut health, but they actually do a whole lot more. They're live bacteria that when you eat enough of them can give you all kinds of health benefits.
Okay.
These good bacteria help to create a balanced gut microbiome.
Gut microbiome.
Yeah, basically the ecosystem of microorganisms living in our digestive tracts.
So it's like maintaining a healthy garden, but inside your stomach.
That's a great analogy.
Okay.
A balanced gut microbiome is linked to everything from better digestion and nutrient absorption to a stronger immune system.
Huh.
Some studies even suggest yogurt consumption might help protect against type 2 diabetes.
Wow. Okay, so yogurt's a lot more than just a tasty snack. It's actually doing some serious work behind the scenes, supporting her overall health, and maybe even playing a role in her longevity.
Exactly. And that brings us to another key part of Julia's diet. Leafy greens, broccoli, spinach, kale, she's a fan of them all.
It's like she's checking off all the boxes for a nutrient-rich diet. I mean, they're all low in calories and high in fiber, which helps with weight management. And they each bring their own set of vitamins and minerals to the party. Broccoli's got that vitamin C. Spinach is bursting with nutrients. Kale's practically a rock star in the vegetable world.
And so versatile. You can eat them raw in salads, cooked in soups and stews, even blend them into smoothies.
True. Although you mentioned earlier that some people might need to be cautious about certain greens.
Yes, that's right. People with certain health conditions, especially those dealing with kidney function or blood clotting, might need to watch their intake of spinach and kale because of the high levels of certain compounds.
Right.
Always a good idea to chat with your doctor if you've got any concerns.
Great point. But for most folks, those leafy greens are a fantastic way to boost their nutrient intake and support good health.
For sure.
And it's clear Julia's made them a big part of her routine, which could be helping her maintain that incredible energy and longevity.
I'd say so. And it's not just about the individual foods themselves, but the overall picture of her dietary patterns. She's made a conscious effort to prioritize plant-based foods
Mhm.
and limit processed foods, which aligns with a lot of the research on healthy aging.
Speaking of plant-based choices,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about Julia's preference for beans and lentils as her main protein sources.
Okay.
She mentions avoiding red meat,
Interesting.
specifically saying she finds plant-based protein easier to digest and just better for her overall health.
And there's more and more scientific evidence to back that up.
Really?
Yeah, studies have linked meat-heavy diets to an increased risk of heart disease, likely because of the cholesterol found in animal products.
So by opting for plant-based protein, she's not only getting the nutrients she needs, but possibly lowering her risk of certain health problems down the line.
Precisely. And beans and lentils are fantastic sources of protein and fiber, keep you feeling full and satisfied after meals.
Yeah.
Plus, they're full of essential vitamins and minerals, really a nutritional powerhouse.
It's like she's found the perfect fuel for her body, allowing her to thrive, even at 107. It's remarkable.
It really is. And her commitment to healthy eating doesn't stop there. She also makes sure to get healthy fats into her diet by eating nuts and seeds every day, particularly almonds and walnuts.
Love almonds.
Yeah.
What is it about nuts and seeds that make them so good for us?
Well, nuts and seeds are a great source of unsaturated fats, the good kind of fats.
Right.
They've been linked to a bunch of health benefits, like improved heart health and a lower risk of stroke. They also have fiber protein and all sorts of vitamins and minerals.
Little packages of goodness.
That's it, providing sustained energy and those essential nutrients.
And it seems like Julie's found the perfect balance of incorporating those into her routine.
For sure.
From what we've seen so far, it's clear that Julia really prioritizes whole unprocessed foods.
Mm-hmm.
She seems to steer clear of all those packaged processed foods that are everywhere these days.
And that's a really important point to highlight because processed foods tend to be loaded with added sugars, sodium, and unhealthy fats. Yeah.
Which can lead to a whole bunch of health issues over time.
So by choosing fresh whole foods, Julia is not only getting those essential nutrients, but she's also avoiding the potential harm that comes from too many processed foods.
Precisely.
Hmm.
Which brings us to another key aspect of Julia's lifestyle: hydration. The video really emphasizes her commitment to drinking plenty of water throughout the day.
Yeah, hydration's crucial for everything. Regulating body temperature, lubricating joints, transporting nutrients, flushing out waste.
Right.
It's essential for our bodies to function properly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Julia clearly gets that. She avoids sugary drinks and caffeine sticks to water as her main beverage.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
She's really dedicated to giving her body what it needs.
It's truly inspiring, isn't it?
It is. But here's where it gets even more interesting. While Julia seems to follow a mainly plant-based diet, she also allows herself some indulgences.
Oh.
And I'm not talking about a little square of dark chocolate.
Wow.
We're talking fried crabs and oysters.
Wow. Okay.
And it really speaks to a big point about healthy living balance. Life's meant to be enjoyed. Right.
And that includes enjoying good food.
For sure.
It's refreshing to see that she doesn't completely deprive herself.
Yeah.
It's about making those healthy choices most of the time, but also allowing yourself to savor those special treats every now and then.
Exactly. It's not about being restrictive or following rigid rules.
Right.
It's about making choices that support your overall well-being, both physically and mentally.
Absolutely.
Julia shows us it's possible to enjoy life's little pleasures while still maintaining a healthy lifestyle.
Like she's saying, yes, I prioritize healthy habits, but I also know how to let loose and have some fun.
Exactly.
Seems to be a big part of her secret sauce.
I think you're right. It's that combination of mindful choices and a joyful approach to life that makes her stand out.
So what does this all mean for our listeners? What can they take away from Julia's story?
It's a powerful example of how our lifestyle choices can really influence how long and how well we live. It's not just about genetics. It's about those decisions we make every single day.
It's kind of empowering to think that we have more control over our health and aging than we realize.
I agree. Julia's story shows us it's never too late to make positive changes, whether it's adding more plant-based meals to your diet, staying hydrated, or even just finding joy in movement and everyday activities.
Right.
There are things we can all do to support our health and vitality as we get older.
Small changes adding up over time.
Exactly. You don't have to overhaul your whole life overnight.
Right.
It's about finding sustainable habits that you can stick with for the long haul. Just like Julia, she's been living this way for over a century.
It's amazing to think about the impact of those daily choices over time. She's a testament to the power of consistency and a positive attitude.
And it's a reminder that aging well isn't just about living longer.
Right.
It's about increasing our health span,
Health
the
and health.
number of years we live with vitality and well-being.
So it's not just about living longer, it's about living better.
Exactly. And that's something we can all aim for, no matter our age.
I'm curious what parts of Julia's approach really speak to you.
I'm drawn to her focus on balance, prioritizing healthy habits, but allowing those indulgences without guilt. It's a reminder that healthy living shouldn't feel like a punishment or super restrictive.
Right.
It should be enjoyable and sustainable.
For me, it's her mindset. The fact that she believes she's younger than her actual age is so inspiring. It reminds me that age is just a number, and how we see ourselves really affects how we experience life.
I love that. It's about embracing each stage of life with a positive outlook and being open to learning and growing.
Julia's story is such a powerful reminder that it's never too late to start living a healthier, more fulfilling life.
Absolutely. It's a testament to the human spirit and the potential we all have to thrive regardless of age.
So to all our listeners out there, we'll leave you with this. If Julia can find such vitality at 107, what's stopping you from living your healthiest and also vibrant life?
It's an invitation to think about your own choices and what steps you can take to create a life that's both healthy and joyful.
It's about nourishing your body, nurturing your mind, and embracing the journey with a sense of adventure.
Julia's story shows us it's possible, and that's a truly inspiring message.
That's it for this deep dive into the remarkable life of Julia Hawkins,
Hope you found it insightful and inspiring.
and that it sparks some positive changes in your own life.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning.
And keep those bananas handy.
Yeah, it really makes you think, that whole mindset thing.
It does. It's like, does she see aging as this challenge to overcome or an adventure to embrace? From what we've seen so far, I'm kind of leaning towards adventure.
Me too. It seems like Julia approaches life with a real sense of curiosity and playfulness.
Yeah.
Doesn't let age define her limits, keeps pushing boundaries, trying new things.
That reminds me of something else from the video. She avoids sugary drinks and caffeine, right? But she's totally fine with indulging in fried crabs and oysters every now and then.
Oh, yeah.
It's like she's found this balance between discipline and pleasure.
That balance is so important.
Yeah.
It's not about depriving yourself or following some strict set of rules. It's about making choices that make you feel good overall, both physically and mentally. Julia's story shows us it's totally possible to enjoy those little pleasures in life while still taking care of yourself.
It's like she's saying, yeah, I prioritize healthy habits, but I also know how to let loose and have fun.
Exactly.
And that seems like a big part of her secret.
I think you're right. It's that blend of mindful choices and just a joyful approach to life that really sets her apart.
So what does this all mean for the people listening? What can they learn from Julia's story?
Well, it's a pretty powerful example of how the choices we make in our lives can impact how long and how well we live.
Right.
It's not all about genetics. It's
Mhm.
also about the decisions we make day in and day out.
It's pretty empowering to think that we actually have more control over our health and aging than we might realize.
Exactly. Julia shows us that it's never too late to start making positive changes, whether that's eating more plant-based meals, staying hydrated, or even just finding joy in moving your body and doing everyday things.
Right.
There are things we can all do to take care of ourselves as we get older.
Little things add up over time.
Absolutely. You don't have to change your whole life overnight.
Right.
It's about finding those healthy habits that you can actually stick with for the long haul.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Julia, she's been living this way for over a century.
It's pretty amazing to think about the impact of those daily choices over time.
Yeah.
She's a real testament to the power of consistency and a positive mindset.
And it reminds us that aging well isn't just about living longer.
Right.
It's about something called health span.
Health span.
Yeah, the number of years that we live with energy and well-being.
So it's not just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years.
Exactly. And that's something we can all work towards no matter how old we are.
What aspects of Julia's approach resonate most with you?
I'm really drawn to her emphasis on balance, prioritizing healthy habits, but also allowing herself to enjoy those treats without feeling guilty.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder that healthy living shouldn't feel restrictive or like a chore.
It should be something you enjoy and can keep up with.
For me, it's her mindset. The fact that she believes she's younger than her chronological age is so inspiring.
Yeah.
It reminds me that age is just a number, and that how we perceive ourselves really impacts how we experience life.
I love that. It's all about embracing each stage of life with a positive attitude and being open to new experiences and growth.
Julia's story is a great reminder that it's never too late to start living a healthier and more fulfilling life.
Absolutely. It's a testament to the human spirit and our potential to thrive no matter our age.
So to everyone listening, if Julia can be so full of life at 107, what's stopping you from living your best life too?
It's a challenge to reflect on your own choices and think about what steps you can take to create a life that's both healthy and joyful.
It's about nourishing your body, mind, and spirit and approaching life as an adventure.
Julia's story proves it's possible, and that's a truly inspiring message. Yeah, it's really food for thought, isn't it? I mean, if Julia can be so vibrant at 107, what's holding the rest of us back from really living our best lives?
It is a great question. What about Julia's story really speaks to you? And are there any small changes you could see yourself making in your own life?
Well, her dedication to that plant-based diet is definitely inspiring. I don't know if I could go full vegetarian, but I'm certainly thinking about incorporating more plant-based meals into my week.
Yeah.
And maybe swapping out that afternoon soda for a glass of water more often. You know, little things like that.
Those are great goals. And remember, it's not about being perfect or changing everything overnight. It's about finding those habits that work for you and that you can stick with.
Right.
Just like Julia, who's been rocking this lifestyle for over a century.
It is amazing to think about how those little daily choices add up over time.
Yeah.
She's living proof of the power of consistency and a positive mindset.
And it reminds us that aging well isn't just about living longer. It's
Yeah.
about improving our health span.
Health span.
Yeah, the number of years we get to live with vitality and well-being.
So it's not just about quantity, it's about quality.
Exactly. And that's something we can all work towards no matter what age we are.
Julia's story is a powerful reminder that we all have the potential to live long, healthy, and fulfilling lives. It's about making those conscious choices, nourishing our bodies, and approaching life with a sense of joy and purpose.
It's a beautiful reminder that life's a journey meant to be enjoyed every step of the way.
And that's it for our deep dive into the amazing life of Julia Hawkins. We hope you found it insightful and inspiring.
And that it motivates you to make some positive changes in your own life.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those bananas handy.